Hey collective, happy Friday. I hope you guys are having a really good day today. I will be using the amulet affirmations deck today, so you guys can check this out on Amazon. I will be pulling some random messages. I'm going to keep it cute and sweet and simple, all right, so you guys can get the messages for today, all right? So Spirit, what messages for affirmations can you give the collective when it comes to May 30th? Please give me clear, concise messages for the collective for May 30th, please, and what they need to know. What messages does the collective need to know when it comes to May 30th, please? Please give me clear, concise messages, Spirit, for May 30th. What affirmations does the collective need to know at this time, please? What affirmations can you give the collective for May 30th, please, Spirit? What do they need to know at this time? Oh. Okay, so the first card that we have out here is I am perceptive. It says, I see the truth in every situation and know when to speak up and when to stay silent. I am honest with myself and aware of my true intentions. Okay, some of you guys could be in this energy right now where you are, you know when to speak up, and then you know when to shut it down or keep quiet, right? So there could be some people in your energy who are like the opposite of that. Not in a bad way, but you know those people that they're always like cussing and ranting and complaining about certain things, but then when you speak up about something, it's almost like they believe you, but they don't. Like, you know your inner truth, but then these people in your energy don't know, right? So they assume that maybe you're lying because maybe someone else in your energy was like that, like they lied. So they assumed like, oh, okay, well, this person's lying, that person's lying, everybody's lying, right? But once they start to see the truth for themselves, like seeing, you know, things on their own, or maybe being alone with this person or getting to know this, whatever it is, right? The veil and the mask start to come off, right? And they start to see that person for who they are. So you could have seen the truth in a situation way before it played out. Even if you were the villain in that story and you weren't supposed to be, but everybody, you know, made you to be the villain of the story, it's because people lied and you know your truth, right? So you guys could be speaking up and stepping into your power when it comes to that kind of stuff, okay? Spirit, what other affirmations do you have for the collective at this time, please? What other affirmations? Thank you. So 2 of these cards came out. It says, I am confident, and also I am growing. Okay, so this one says, I'm confident. And this card says, I am true to myself, even in the smallest of details. This gives me an inner certainty and empowers my decisions. I know who I am, and I love being me. All right, and then this one says, I am growing. All right, so for some of you, you could be growing at this time. It says, I change and develop, becoming more true to myself every day. I welcome the continuous transformation of my life. I am ready to let go of the old, okay? So again, a lot of transformations, a lot of releasing this week when it comes to the current energy. And again, a lot of you guys could be also following the moon cycle because, you know, we don't realize this, but we do follow the moon cycle, like, maybe 50% of the time, depending on our placements, and that is why some of our emotions are tied to this, okay? So for some of you guys, you know, you could be growing at this time, learning things about yourself, trying to understand, you know, your wants and desires, you know, fulfillments at this moment when it comes to like your life and, you know, things going on in your life, or trying to figure out your life, right? So this card says, I am heard. It says, I am listened to and understood exactly the way I want to be. It is freeing for me to speak up for myself. My thoughts are meaningful. My feelings are valid. Okay, so you guys could feel like this right now, right? Releasing and allowing yourself to speak up. There could have been something that you spoke up about, and Spirit is saying that, you know, good job, right? Like, you should be able to feel that way, feel good. Don't let anybody make you feel that you're not allowed to speak up for yourself because they may hate your truth, or, you know, you're the villain in their story for whatever reason, right? But This also says, I am sovereign. I am the leader of my own life. I take full responsibility for my happiness and my disappointments. No one owes me anything. Everything I do is by choice. My life is in my hands, okay? Taking control and taking accountability and responsibility for yourself, for your life, okay? For your situations that happen. You don't blame anybody else, okay? You don't blame yourself either, but you just allow things to go with the flow, because you've realized that a lot of the times when you've tried to plan out things or do things, it's not working the way you would like to. So maybe being impulsive might be something that you might be trying to do. Like, again, there's certain people who like to plan things out to a T and it works out, okay? And then there's certain people who plan things out to a T and it doesn't work out. And then you have people who are just impulsive and it works out. And then you have people who are impulsive and it doesn't work out. You have to figure out what works best for you, okay? Like, you can see Jimmy Joe over there. He could be riding a cow and a bull and doing all that stuff, and then you're like, wait, if Jimmy Joe can do that, I can do that too. So you follow Jimmy Joe, and what happens? You fall off the bull and bust your behind. Because why? Not everything you see other people are doing, you have to do it too, right? Everybody's here on this planet for a reason, right? So we just have to figure out what it is, right, that we are happy to be around, or we're disappointed, and then we're trying to figure out, like, how do we heal from this, or how do we grow from this if we are disappointed, okay? I am curious also wanted to show up. It says, I approach life with an open mind. I enjoy learning new things. I stretch the limits of my comfort zone. I am adaptable. It is okay for things to change. And that's something that you're curious about. Like, you could be learning more about yourself, right? You could be learning that maybe you don't like certain things. Maybe you thought you liked something and then you realize I don't. Or maybe there could have been past situations where you're like, ew, I would never deal with this kind of situation ever in my life. And then now we look at the future, you fast forward, and now it's like, well, maybe I changed my mind, right? You know, like how Russell, Sierra, I keep bringing him up because he's a perfect example for like our generation and younger a little bit, but like Russell, right, Sierra's husband, a lot of women and men in the beginning were like, who's a simp? He's a simp. Who's a simp? Like, he likes his wife? Ew. He loves his wife? How dare him? Like, it was so weird. People were just hating on Sierra and Russell because for once in her life, she found a good guy that actually wanted to take care of her. She found a decent, you know, gentleman, if that's what you want to say. Like, he's a gentleman, right? Obviously, we don't know their whole life story. We don't know what they go through behind closed doors, you know, so that's one thing. But based off what we're seeing, and I get it, it's a celebrity, right? But based off what we're seeing, the love that they share, even the energy that you can just pick up off of them, you can kind of tell that, you know, they do love each other. And he does love, you know, her kids and their kids, right? So for some of you guys could have been in that old school mindset where you're just like, oh, I don't want a Russell. He's a simp. I don't want no guy like that. I don't want no guy buying me flowers and doing all these things, right? But then the older that you get, you realize that you're curious. Maybe you want someone to buy you flowers. Maybe you want to go on dates. Maybe you want to do, you know, outdoor activities and things like that. Maybe you want to do that. Maybe you've changed, right? And nothing is wrong with that, right? We're all growing and we're all learning. Maybe you have past friendships and, you know, bonds and things like that that don't longer resonate with you. So now you're curious to figure out, like, okay, if I put myself out there, who else can I meet, right? That could be something you guys are curious, or curious of learning something new, curious of starting a new job, curious of moving to a new country. All right, so that could be something that you guys want to do, right? This card says, I am safe. I am the eternal mystery of life. I am love in physical form. I am boundless. I am myself. Okay, so you are whole within yourself. What this card is really trying to say to you guys. You guys are whole within yourself. You're fulfilled. All right. This card is something that you get like a blank. And with the blank, you can actually write down on it. So I wrote an affirmation on this and it says, I am safe. Okay, so for those who resonate with this, I said, I couldn't have done that without you. I love how you really listen to me. I'm blessed to have you in my life. So this is something you can say to yourself as an affirmation. Okay. That could be confirmation too with you guys. As an affirmation, you can say this daily, just saying that you are safe and you're safe within yourself, right? So there's nobody in your energy that can make you feel more safer than you. Okay. I'm going to end it here though. I do hope the messages resonate with you guys. I also have at the bottom of the deck, I am expressive, so you guys can be expressive as well, the way you communicate. It says, I communicate clearly and eloquently. It is easy for me to put my feelings into words. My ideas are interesting and well presented. I am active and creative. All right. And also I'm happy. So you guys could be really in this freeing energy. I am loved. Okay, like you guys could really be in this energy at this time. Okay, being resourceful, feeling valued. Okay, allowing people to see you for who you really are, and feeling the love that you receive, you know, from other people that you meet, whether this is online or in person or anything like that. Okay, so I'm going to end the messages for today for these affirmations. I hope this resonates with you guys, and if not, you know, hopefully my other videos that you guys watch will resonate with you. Thank you for watching to the end of this video, and I hope you guys have a really good day. It is Freedom Friday, all right? So if you guys are going out or having a good time, you know, be safe, enjoy your weekend and Friday nights and whatever, and you know, I hope you guys have a really good day. But thank you so much for the love and support. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, guys? Bye.